I just did a lot of misclicks here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of OniTalks. We already have two episodes, so that's very nice. And today we will have a very interesting discussion. Today's talk is going to have four big blocks. The first one is the future of big organizations in Age of Empires. Then the second one is the Titans League. The groups were drawn, I think, this week, so we can talk about that. The third block is, in general, a topic about discipline and players improving. So I want to hear some thoughts there from my guests. And the fourth one is going to be a Q&A, roughly 10 minutes. And for the episode today, I will have two wonderful people here with me, namely Lewis and Andy. Thank you guys for joining me. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Hello. I'm doing good.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Lewis, I just see you have reached your personal best in terms of the ladder. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's good, but then I lost it straight away, so let's not talk about it too much.
Yeah,
I think Lewis is overrated.
Mhm.
What do you
Shots
think is
fired.
the proper rating for Lewis, Andy?
Took a 6. Always depends
Yeah,
on how high the other guys are, right? If people are not playing at all, then it's hard to say.
I mean, I understand. Like Andy's trying to cope after that sudden disaster final. Like it's on the back of his mind ever since, you know. So it's like
True.
I was trying to get the digs in.
I think
I was worried.
It was 1-1 game, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when the Titans League draw happened, I was like, please no Lewis. But I guess we'll talk about it later.
I actually forgot, but are you in the same group?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we will talk about that in a moment. But I would suggest we start with the first topic, which is the future of big organizations in Age of Empires. I would say the biggest esport team we had throughout the last year was Gamer Legion. We've had that for 5 years. I have some memories with them as well. And in general, now with Onimaru also joining, there are more professional teams coming to the scene. Lewis and Andy, what do you think about the importance of having these kind of big teams in the scene? And what are the positive effects by that? Lewis, you can start if you want.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess the more teams in the scene, the bigger the prize pool, the bigger the events, and then the bigger events that you have, more people start watching, right? Because if you have I think Red Bull is at the Royal Albert Hall, I believe, or the finals or something, and you have this huge venue with people watching, it just increases the level of the scene.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, you have been in the scene for quite some time as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you also were active in the era before Gamer Legion as well. Were there certain aspects you could have seen once Gamer Legion joined that had a positive effect on the scene?
I wasn't there when Tyrant and stuff happened. I only remember HGL, but I think there are two parts, right? You have those teams that are, let's say, privately sponsored, and you have the organization. And I think the organizations are more, let's say, stable, right? Private organizations like Fox, for example, can from one day to the another, they can disband and everything is broke, right? And organizations, you have more safety that they stay because more people are involved and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important to have organizations in the scene. Obviously, very good for the people and us players to have private sponsors as well. But organizations have more reach and they're more stable for the scene. I think that's very, very good.
Yeah, it's just, as you guys mentioned, super positive. Also, money-wise, is a big role as well, not only for the players who are getting sponsored by the private organizations there, but also in general for the entire scene, because the professional teams, they also have a big share on the market. They have, possibility to get sponsors acquired as well. And it just has a very positive effect in general for the entire scene. Would you say that there are also some negative sides? Like maybe, everywhere where big money is involved, it could also go into a little bit of a worse direction. Do you see that here as well, or is the money involved just too small for that?
You started me. Yeah, I think.
Sorry, I'll ask directly next.
That's fine.
It's easier. Yeah.
I think the only problem that can happen is that, like what we see in the past, right, or what we saw in the past, that the top players get even better, and the worst players can't catch up because they don't have an organization. I think that's the only problem that I see at the point. Like, if you can't live from AoE, you have to work full time, and then there is no way you spend as much time as the full-time players, so you can never catch up to them. That's why Viper, for example, Dao, Tato, they are there for the last 20 years. Like, obviously they have the talent, and they have they are very good at the game, and they always played it, but just being able to do it full-time like helps a lot and makes you be better than all the others.
Yeah, absolutely. Lewis, 2 questions to you. Do you see any negative effects by those teams joining Age of Empires? And do you think is it possible for players to compete, or for players who are not full-time to compete with full-time players?
I think it's very easy for players who are not full-time to compete, because the thing is, though, like, it's hard to say, right? Because the people who's at the top have been at the top for 10 years, maybe 5 years.
Most of them.
I think it's more of an experience thing rather than a full-time thing, if that makes sense.
Like, but just because you're young, I guess. Just because you're young, right? If you're at 30, you don't have the, if you live with your parents, it's easier, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I think the people are at the top because of the amount of time they've been at the top, right? It's not necessarily because they're full-time. I'm pretty sure out of the top 15, top 10, who even is full-time? I have no clue. No?
I think out of the top 50, only MBL isn't full-time, I believe. All the others, I think, are full-time.
The question is, how do we define full-time? Is full-time a player who doesn't have a side job, or is a player who plays at least 20 hours per week? That's the question, right?
Well, the main issue is we have a lot of full-time AoE players who aren't really full-time AoE, if that makes sense, right? Like, we have so many people who are technically full-time, but they don't play that much, right? Because whenever you look on the dashboard, you can see when someone's last match is, right?
Yeah.
And on the dashboard right now, it's 6 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago. A lot of people are very inactive, I would say.
They're full-time but lazy. That's what you want to say.
I don't want to say lazy, but it's what else are you doing, right? If you're full-time AoE, play AoE, right? So
I get your point. If someone was full-time, you wouldn't see him 2 days or 3 days playing the last match, right?
Yeah, exactly,
I mean, the ladder also doesn't always indicate the real activity, right? Some people are playing privately as well. But Lewis, as I understood you, you're saying it is possible for a non-full-time Age of Empires player to compete with the full-time players.
Yeah,
it's more about the experience.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. You are rather new to the scene in terms of, related to other people who have been in the scene on the professional level for a long, long time. So you were able to make the cut. What do you think was the big difference here for you? Because in terms of experience, you should have less, right? But there are other skills where you excel compared to others. What do you think are the skill sets you possess that differentiate you?
I'm not sure. I think maybe
dedication.
Maybe it's a bit of an ego thing, right? Like, someone says you're bad, and then you kind of take it a bit too personally, then you just try and grind and get to the high level. But
yeah,
I feel like I'm just very competitive. I just like to win. I don't like losing, kind of thing, and nothing.
Well, you are super dedicated from my point of view. Like, you just play every day your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours.
Yeah.
And you don't stop. I mean, you're young, you can do it. You will see in a few years that you will
I'll be fine in a few years, don't worry.
I had those times as well. Now I kind of need to think about 3, 4, or 5 hours, and then I think about the games rather than playing more myself.
That makes sense.
Okay, interesting point as well, Andy. But I would like to have that in the last block of today, or the second last, because then we will also talk about discipline in the Age of Empires 2 scene, and how important that is as well. In general, there are two bigger topics I would like to discuss here as well regarding the big organizations for Age of Empires. First one is Gamer Legion. It's a little bit questionable how they continue, if they continue. I think it's not a secret that in December the LAN was supposed to be hosted by Gamer Legion. They canceled that. Obviously, that's not the greatest sign. What do you guys think about that in general? Do you think Gamer Legion continues? How will they continue, or how is it going to be, Andy?
They didn't make an official announcement that it was theirs, right? But it was kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. It was very questionable to me because they canceled the LAN, right? But like 2 weeks after, they announced a new Dota team. So for me, it was like, is it because of money? Is it not? Do they just want to leave AoE and get focus on other scenes? Like, I don't think it's necessarily because of money, because they have some good sponsors, as far as I know, and they have decent success in Counter-Strike. So I think it's not because of that. So maybe they want to leave, but well, it's so tricky to say, right? From an outside perspective, I just know that the podcast was delayed for 2 months, but then it was back. So I have no clue, honestly.
Yeah, and I think
I talked a lot I talked also to Dowd Viper and all those people. They don't really say much, but it's so hard to know, even if you talk to them for 2 weeks or 1 week. Maybe they don't know it themselves, right? If they want to stay, if they can stay, if the team wants to stay.
Yeah, I think the feelings you have in terms of uncertainty is something a lot of people share, because you just don't know. It's kind of like a black box, right? We obviously hope they continue because they have brought a lot of positivity to the scene. Also, in that regard, there was some rumors as well, I heard, regarding a very, very famous esport organization joining Age of Empires 2 as well, which is Team Liquid. And that is one which is going to be very interesting. Lewis, what do you think about the possibility of Team Liquid joining, and what do you think are going to be the positive changes there with them joining?
Is this like confirmed, or this is just like
rumors,
right? I guess.
Rumors.
I mean, if they join, it's great, right? It's really good for the scene, but it's not confirmed, so it's hard to say, right? But I guess the positives, maybe they start hosting tournaments, and then more people start watching the game. It's only positives, right? If a big team joins.
I think so as well. I mean, Team Liquid is so big. I've started to know them from StarCraft 2. Was following very actively there, and it's kind of nice to see as well what big of an impact such a team can have, right? Because they obviously have a huge following base as well, and would be very, very good for the scene. I think in general, it is also interesting in terms of team game tournaments, right? Because there you could bring the argument that it would be a little bit stacked, so to say. Because I think if Team Liquid joins, then they will have good players, and then you could argue they would be a little bit stacked. And do you think that would be an issue for the competitive scene at all, having a very strong stacked team? Or would you say there are not a lot of team games, tournaments anyway, no problem? Or what do you think there?
I mean, it has kind of always been the case like that, right?
Yeah.
In the past, like the last 4 years, we only had GL as an organization. Then maybe AM can sometimes win 2, 3, 4 games, but most of the tournaments at GL won. Depends on who joins Team Liquid, right? If it's Hard, Hera, Lyrian, then there is a 4v4 tournament. Who's their fourth player? So it's a 3v3 tournament. They should be the best in theory, but well, there are people grinding a lot. Like teams are getting better and better. So I think it could be different, especially because Hard is not playing any team games. Hera is not like the best team game player, I think. Lyria, I think, is very good team game. I mean, obviously they are all great team game players, but they don't have too much experience, right? In my opinion. And well, everything can happen. meta shifts constantly as well.
I also feel like in terms of team games in general, there is a lot of potential for upsets, because it feels like the strategies can throw someone off even more compared to 1v1s. I feel like in 1v1s most of the time it's very much about execution, and it's harder to throw somebody off, I would say.
Especially if there are maps like, let's say, BF in the tournament. Like, there are so many good players and so many people that have different strategies. Well, will be tricky.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I would like to conclude the first topic about the big organizations in general. I think we can all agree that it's very positive to have more professional teams involved, and we just hope to have that happening more and more. So let's hope for a good future in that regard.
Well, if I want to add something, if I can add something, I think it depends a lot about the Esports World Cup, right? And also Neely said there might be team game tournaments. So if AOE gets to the Esports World Cup, then maybe more and more teams can join, because they need those points to get like more prize money. So then it's some incentive for the teams as well. Like right now, if a team joins AOE, it probably is a loss for them, like money-wise. But if there is the Esports World Cup and a lot of money gets thrown out there, then things can change. And then maybe we don't even have only one team. We might get 2, 3, 4 teams, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Lewis, you wanted to say something?
I was just going to add, well, maybe that's the reason that they're joining, right? Maybe they know something that we don't. Like, I'm not saying it is the reason, but maybe Esports World Cup might get Age of Empires. Who knows?
Exciting.
I'm not saying they will, but like it's...
Yeah, but it is a possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, right. Neely was always mentioning like 2026 will be a good year for team games. So maybe there is something planned as well, right? Like not only from Esports World Cup, maybe from tournament calendar side as well. Maybe there is another Nations Cup. Maybe there is some team game tournaments by Team Liquid. Who knows, right? Anything can happen.
I would love that. I absolutely love watching and playing the team games on a high level. It's super fun.
Now you have a good team as well, right?
Finally. Been waiting for that my entire Age of Empires life. All right, good. Thanks for the input, guys. Let's move on to topic number 2. I will also share my lovely screen here. We will talk about... I cannot... Why is it not working?
Oh, worked so good.
It's like the typical thing, like in Spain. Okay, now I hope it's working. Can you see the screen regarding Team Liquid? Team Liquid, TTL. I mean,
too much.
I can see you're moving things around, but I can't see.
Now,
okay.
Now, yeah.
Too many clicks. I was nervous here.
Worked perfect.
All right, perfect. So next topic is going to be T90's Titans League. And we had Bronze League concluding the last weeks. And the groups have been drawn. And I would like to kick it off with Silver League. So we have 4 groups here, as you can see. The first one is Babaroom, Bliff. And yeah, I was just thinking about naming everyone, but I think that's going to be too long. So regarding Group A, is there anyone specifically who you would say, Andy, is the clear favorite here?
In Group A, clear favorite. I think for me, Antagonist and Baba Oram are like if I face them on ladder, I can lose every, let's say, 3rd game, every 4th game. Yeah. They are like very, very, very strong opponents.
Yeah.
I mean, Neos as well. Neos has had great results lately.
Absolutely.
Against Blue, Goku, and Target, I personally feel more comfortable playing against them, but they can obviously take games. I mean, it's super stacked. They are all 2K5 plus. Yeah. That's crazy for a Silver League. Yeah. But for me, probably Barbaram would be the top contender for number 1, but anything can happen. Yeah.
I would also say Babaroom or Neos. With Neos is very interesting because when I play him, it always feels like he's so sharp. But when I look at his elo, it doesn't really reflect the level he has, I feel like.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that wants to practice different things. He doesn't want to spam Arabia games.
Yeah.
Did you practice with any of those in Silver League as well, or did you only practice with us in Onimaru?
In Bronze League, you mean?
Bronze League,
With Neo,
Jordan skipped the Silver League.
Yes, I managed.
Oh, you practiced with Goku, obviously, but
with Goku and Neos, yes.
Oh, Neos as well.
And Neos was very tough. I think he even beat me, so he felt solid. Let's say it like that. I was surprised he only went into Silver League, so to say. All right, moving into Group B, Lewis, is there anyone for you would say is the clear favorite here?
Well, I'd like to say one more thing about Group A, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's just, I'm not trying to like, I was just thinking, isn't Antagonist like a level above everyone else here in terms of like tournament results and ladder reload? I just thought, to me, it was just clear. Is it Antagonist number one?
I think Neos had the best results in S tier tournaments. Antagonist is like the guy that wins or gets far in those arena tournaments, right? Antagonist number 30 in the world.
Yeah, and Baburum, where is he? Okay,
I think Baburum was like very high, and he didn't join many tournaments, but he.
Okay, yeah.
What's the elo of Antagonist these days?
It should be around
like 2.6, right?
2.6 it should be. Yeah, 2K65. Yeah. Well, it's going to be a very interesting one for sure. Absolutely.
What were you saying, Group B?
Yes. Any favorite here? Numbers.
Probably Chart, I would say. I think Chart is very good in the ladder these days and is very dedicated.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say him. I'm not really too sure about the rest. They could be hit or miss, right?
The group fell off quite hard. I think Group A is like way better than Group B from my point of view.
I don't know. There's some decent names. And I think Group A is more like, it's more weird. It's more like difficult because Neos is like a really off-meta player. He's more tricky than good, if it makes sense. Same with Target, right? The thing with Target is he picks the maps. Everyone hates to play, right?
Yeah, he's very tricky.
You can never beat him in a playoff 3 at this level. It would be like a 2-1 at best. So
at those settings, like Neos and Target, those are like the best made settings for those. Probably they will take a game from everyone. They won't lose 3-0, I believe.
Yeah, I agree.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Especially with these settings, you can prepare so well, and you will always get one game off, so to say. The interesting thing about Group B as well, I mean, Compito, I played against him. He felt extremely solid, very, very solid for sure. And recently he also beat Kingston. So he's a very tough contender as well. Pudding, I've never played him myself, but it felt like he has climbed heavily as well. So he's going to be very interesting to see as well. And yeah, let's see. Ozo, I don't think he will be in the top 2 spots, but yeah, we will see. Moving on to group number C, we have Husiel, Cosmonaut, Gavi, Lamo, Monos, and Thunderbolt. I played against every one of them very recently, except Gavi, and everyone feels super solid. Andy, do you have any favorite here?
Jordan, are you rusty or just praising everyone up?
I feel like I'm rusty. It feels like the top 50, everyone is so extremely good.
The level is great, like no doubt about it. Like, we just watched Gabi against Fire.
Yeah,
it was in 6 set 3-2 for Fire, I think, in the end, right?
Yeah.
Gabi is very crazy.
Yeah,
very aggressive. I don't know much about Lamo, to be honest, or Lamo. People call him Lamo because of laming, but I guess the group will be. I don't know what to expect from this group. I think anyone can win and anyone can go last place.
Yeah,
in this group.
I agree.
UCL is favored because I don't know actually. I think for me personally, the hardest to beat is UCL from ladder experience, but ladder is different. I haven't played any of them in tournaments, I believe.
Yeah, but I would agree with the statement regarding no one is the clear under or top dog here. Anything can happen, I would say here.
I would say Cosmonaut would be the clear favorites. I think
Cosmonaut?
Clear.
I would say clear. I think Cosmonaut's. I feel like I'm just trying to like disagree with you guys on purpose, but Cosmonaut is. I just feel like he's been around more. He's also very good in the ladder these days, and he's had some decent tournament results. Not great, but I would say Cosmonaut is a little step above the other guys.
All right, interesting.
In my opinion, but
I'm curious how it will shape out, and then we will have a review who was right and wrong in that regard.
Yeah, let's do it.
We will have our eyes on Cosmonaut, yes. And group number D, Lewis, is there anyone you would say he will definitely win the group here, or is it random here as well?
I think the person with the best chances, I would say, is Dennis, most likely.
Yeah.
I think, yet again, Dennis is like a little step above. And I remember last season, I practiced with Dennis for some TTL, and he was actually like teaching me the water maps. Like, I didn't know how to play water before last TTL. Like, I didn't have a dock hockey, right? And the guy was...
Oh, God.
Yeah. So the guy was like, helped me out, and we did a few like migration games and covered some builds, and he also grinds a lot. Dennis is a grinder, so I would say Dennis over the rest of these guys.
Well, Deeker also peaked like 2K7 on ladder, right? Deeker.
Did he? Okay.
Sure.
That's scary.
Yeah.
For me, Stark is the favorite in this group, but
Stark, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Stark here.
Well, Stark wasn't Stark in Gold League for 2 seasons, and all the others are completely new, right? I think Stark was the only guy that already has TTL experience. That also helps, right? Experience is experience.
Yeah, well, times change though, right? Like, as the time goes on, people get worse, people get better. I think Stark's still very good, but...
I don't think he's as active as he was. I could be mistaken, right? But I think activity is a huge part here, and I feel like Stark is a little bit lacking in that regard compared to others. It's also interesting for me because for me it's hard to make any predictions here because there's no one there who I would say I've played often on ladder, so I couldn't judge here at all. All right, let's move on to Gold League. Group A, we have these 6 players here, and yeah, this is obviously very, very scary for sure. Viles, Valas, Prisma overtaken Miguel and White. In terms of experience, I guess Prisma is the youngest there. Viles, I'm not sure how active he is going to be. But Andy, same question again, and you will hear it a couple of more times. Any favorite here standing out?
Well, it should still be Viles, right? I think Viles should be the clear favorite, but Prisma with his spamming of games every day, 5-6 hours, there is a good chance if he also is motivated to practice TTL that Prisma can do it. I don't think the others can hit first place in this group, but Viles should be. Like, Viles is still top 20 level, and in theory, Gold League should be 25 onwards, right? So for me, Viles is the clear favorite, but very, very strong players as well.
Yeah, I think White is a little bit underlooked here as well. I think he can pull off some upsets. He was very dominant in Bronze League, very, very dominant.
Not true.
And he was in Golden League, I think, last season. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
But he got clapped there, right?
Yeah,
I think he went 0. Yeah. He finished 0-5, so he lost all the sets quite convincingly. But yeah, he improved a lot, and obviously depends on the map pool, right? Sadly, we don't see the maps yet, so we could, if there are more Arabia maps, then Prisma is probably more favorite. If there are more closed maps, then Valas is probably able to shine.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Miguel? What's his spot going to be? Lewis, be honest.
Silver League, sorry.
I roasted Goku first, now you roasted
It's honestly like, I will say from this group, there's no... It sounds a bit like horrible to say this, but there's no like plat-worthy player that's like standing out compared to everyone else. Like, you go to Group B, you have like Doubt could be in plat, Porsche could be in plat, Jordan, like Kingstone Degao could be in plat. You know, there's like, each group has like a player who's like worthy of plat, where Group A is more like around the 30 level.
They are gold level.
They're good, but they're not like plat level, you know. So
yes, okay.
Yeah,
I think it'll be very competitive.
It's in shape. Yeah. Oh, Valas was top 10-ish for quite a while when he was super.
Valas is very good. Yeah.
But yeah, nowadays on that group, yeah, I would also agree. Like, in terms of plat level, no one really stands out in that group there.
Not right.
Coming to Group B, we have Capuch, Doubtfire, Sobek, Sorakuma, and Z40. Zobek, I have no intel at all. I haven't played him in years, I feel like. Dowd is going to have fun with Fire, as always, I'm pretty sure. How do you guys think Fire is going to do, Andy, in this group?
I think this group is kind of split. I think we will see Capuch, Dowd, and Sorakuma at the top in this group, and Fire, Sobek, and Set40 fighting to get like the 4th place.
Yeah, I agree.
And it will come down to who takes the most. Like, I think Fire, for example, he should focus on practicing one strat and just trying to get one win from Dowd, one win from Capuch, one win from Sorakuma to get those important wins in the end to finish ahead of Set40 and Sobek. But it's more set this group than Group A, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I think Fire has decent chances of getting 4th. I don't think he can go to playoffs. Depends how much he practices again, right?
Yeah,
but it's a tricky group with like Lewis said, right? Sorakuma, Dowd, Capuch, I think they are all top 15 in the world ranking right now. So they shouldn't belong into Gold League at the moment.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Yeah,
kind of a surprise to see them there as well. But Platinum is very stacked as well. Group number C, for me personally, the hardest group of all the 4, even though I am individually involved there as well. But I try to be objective. Lewis,
you have Margugo there. What do you mean?
He is the only one who makes it a little bit, No, I'm just kidding. Lewis, what do you think? Is Group C the hardest? And do you see any favorite here?
I think Group C is probably the 2nd easiest, honestly.
Oh,
like,
really?
no offense to any of the players when I say this, but
yeah,
you have Uzi's like top 40, top 50, good in Arabia. Yeah. Has he been in TTL before? I'm not too sure.
Only Gold League.
Don't know.
I think if he was, then bottom of Gold League.
Well, I think the 3 favorites of this group is Kingstone, Jordan, Degar, right?
Yeah.
All the only Mario players.
Should be. But then also Ganji can, with these settings, can be a nightmare as well.
I think the names sound bigger than they.
Like that's what I mean. Yeah, the names sound big, but the names aren't.
Like Margugo, he was top, but I think Margugo hasn't played for 1 year. Like if you check the last results of Margugo, like top 64, I don't think he reached any top 16 in the last 1.5 years.
Yeah, he's not that active. Yeah,
and same for Uzi and Ganji, right? They are not that active, not that motivated to grind like Prisma, for example, in Group A, or even Sorakuma Set40 in Group B.
Yeah,
it always depends how much they are willing to put. Like they have the talent for sure, especially Ganji, in my opinion. Like Ganji has huge talent, but if they don't play like right now, they would get completely clapped by Yu, Dogao, and Kingston, in my opinion.
Most likely. Yeah, but we have roughly 1.5 more months or 2 months until this kicks off. So a lot of things are still possible. And to finish Gold League, we will talk about Group D. Classic Pro standing out there for me in terms of the skills. Stoneplace and Duduzu will make the group very interesting. What do you think, Lewis?
I think it's a very, very close group. I think Classic Pro is a step above the rest. And I think the other 4 players are kind of... Sorry, 5 players are very...
I was like, who is he ignoring?
Well, I would say the other 5 players are very even. I think Duduzu is the weakest, but I think he'll prepare the most, and I don't think he's going to lose the group. I don't think he'll go down to silver.
You can't prepare more than Stoneplace and Turds. It's impossible. Like you probably don't know them, but if people practice, then it's Stoneplace and Turds. They are super grinders in practice.
Yeah, I don't know how much they play, to be fair, but
is Turds going ham as well?
I guess the weakest is Duduzu in this group, but he'll come up with something, right? Like he'll do some crazy shit, and
he will do crazy stuff, and it will throw people off guard, I think. Absolutely. All right, let's move to the Prestige stage with Platinum League, where the 2 of you are going to be featured as well in Group C. But we will focus on Group A first. Balls, Lyri, Lix, MBL, Repart, and Tato. For me personally, Lix and Repart don't really ring the bell for me in terms of Platinum League players. So I would say this group is a little bit easier in theory. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think this group is very hard to get first place, but very easy is nothing, but kind of easy to stay in there, right? Because Lix and Repart should be a level below the other 4. But Tato, MBL, Leary, Balls, like every one of those can get fourth, or anyone could get first place, right?
Yeah, super tricky. I think Leary should be the favorite there, but anything can happen there.
No.
Lewis, anything you want to say regarding Group A, or can we move to Group B with you?
Yeah, same as Andy. I think Leary will probably just clap the rest of the group, and then the top 4 fighting.
I mean, there is Tato, right? Tato is
I think Leary is like a few levels above Tato these days, right?
I feel like Tato is not playing as good as he used to, and Leary is just as solid as always.
Well, he's the second best in the world, right, consistently. So I think it should be a very easy group for him to come first. And not easy, but he should come first, right?
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Group B. Siskan, Hart, Hera, Lucho, Winchester, Yo. That for me is Group of Death.
That's the hardest to stay and the hardest to win. Like the level there is insanely high.
It's crazy. I think the clear underdog should be Siskan, but even that is going to be super tough, right?
I mean, you can check 1v1 ladder. Right now, Hera pushed a bit to the bottom, but Winchester's number 1.
This one, yeah.
Winchester's there, Hart on number 6, Lucho on number 3. So they have like 4 or 5 guys that are like top 10 in the world. In ladder, at least. So it's very, very hard.
A lot of active, strong players,
In theory, Siskan should be the worst, but also a very good player.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, I'm very curious about that one, that's for sure. And then we come to your guys' group, ACCM, Andy, Lewis, Nikov, Running, and Sebastian. I wouldn't want to be in that group as well, honestly. Any favorite here, Lewis, who will be first?
I can't say it on stream.
Yourself, right?
But Lewis, how did you manage to get Nikov again?
I don't know. It is what it is, right? Like, I've played him 3 sets now, and I think I won 1, but then lost 2, 3-2. Yeah, I think I beat him 3-0, then lost 3-2, lost 3-2. But
and the ones he lost were kind of throws.
Yeah, kind of true. It's hard to say, right? I think.
Were you happy when you got drawn? Because you were like drawn as one of the last, I think.
I was happy I wasn't in Group B. I think Group C is either the second or third hardest, but I think Group B is by far the hardest, right? So I was just happy I wasn't in Group B.
Yeah.
I think Group C, like our group, everyone can get first place and everyone can get last place.
I would say everyone except from
running.
Yeah.
No, but Running, if there is Arena in the map pool, then he has 5 map wins already. And with 5 map wins, there have been people that get 4th place, right?
So he's not guaranteed to win those games, though, right? Like, like we could say, there might be Arabia in the map. I can get 5 map wins. Like,
but he's not guaranteed to lose the other games as well. But those are like,
I think Running can definitely stay. He could maybe even go playoffs if he plays super well. But I don't think he can consistently beat every single player in the group.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see Running. Every other player could.
Yeah. I think Running will be a solid 4 here. I think he will manage to pull that one off.
I think it's a nice group. I think it's one of those groups where it's like there's potential to win it, right? That's kind of the way I'm thinking about it.
Did Running get promoted from gold? Or who were the guys?
No, I think he was platinum, if I'm not mistaken.
Or was
it? It was me and Running.
You and Running? Okay, never mind.
But then Running was in platinum like the season 3, I think. So Running was in platinum already, was in gold, and got instantly to platinum again, as far as I know. So
it could be.
Well, this group.
All right.
I was not happy when I got Lewis, sadly. Like, I wanted to have someone in platinum to practice as well, but now the only guy from Winchester is there as well in Group B. But I like to practice with Lewis, and now got him.
Well, hopefully we play each other first, right? And then we can practice after.
Well, I hope they fix that. I think all the teams, the players from the same team should play first. Like, it's ACCM, Nikov, and Sebastian from Wonders as well.
Yeah.
Those should be the first 3 rounds. They should face each other, in theory.
I agree. I hope they will set it up like that. All right, going to the last group. For me, the easiest on paper. We have Dark, Mihai, Sitar, Drangstar, Viper, and Vivi. Lewis, anyone standing out there? I guess Viper.
Honestly, looking at this group almost wants me to like redo the groups. The groups, like, how can you have Group B and Group D in the same universe. Like it's like you have the wheelchair group, and you have like you have 5 of the top 10 players in Group B. It's ridiculous.
I agree. Yeah, it's not fair.
I think it's complete. I think they should redo the groups, by the way, in my opinion. I think Group D is, like, the level is just
but
ridiculous.
As I said, like Champions League is different. I think Dragonstar was in Platinum last season and stayed in a very. I think Dragonstar was in the group with Dugao and Daud, or Dugao and Kapoch.
Daud was there for sure. Yeah.
So, well, I think the issue what they did was they seeded the group with pots, and they just went off last season's performance, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I think they should have gone off
mm-hmm.
all-time performance. I think all-time performance is way more consistent than just like one tournament. So
it is. They have always been doing it like that. So I guess they don't want to change that.
That's true. But in my opinion, I think that group is just...
I mean, it's also good to have some reward if you finish first, like that, or Dark finished third in the last year. Like, well, maybe it does it again, right?
I mean, yeah, that's a really good result. But then it's like you have other players doing so well consistently throughout the year.
Yeah,
it's like I don't think like Hera, Hart, Lucho, Vincencio, like that's just ridiculous in my opinion.
I think Group D is just inconsistent at all. Like even Viper and Sitor, like they can get a top 4 run. They can also like be very shaky in round of 32 or round of 16, just because well, they are not well prepared sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. I would say we conclude this topic as well, and we move to the third, which is the last big block here before we move to the Q&A. The next block is going to be discipline in competitive AoE. So in general, Andy, I will ask you first, what is your training routine specifically preparing for S-tier tournaments, and how has that changed throughout the last years?
I would say I play less but more focused, and
so
I don't really have quantity, but no, less quantity.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a real training routine. I try to play. Maybe I try to play against better players and get like a good sets against them, and trying some different approaches. Yeah. And what I think I changed a lot is that I always communicate my opponent after I played the games. Like if I play against Lewis, for example, we play a set and then we talk about the set. Like, oh, what went wrong? What went well in those sets? What could be good on this map? What could be bad on this map? And in the past, like 1-2 years ago, I was just spamming the games and, well, let's meet for a best of 5. We played a best of 5. Bye-bye. Thanks for the games.
Yeah, okay. So you include a review after the game.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like not really watching the games, but just like, I think it's very good because your opponent sees your mistakes during the game already, and we don't need to watch it. And I see my opponent's mistakes, so that helps a lot, I think.
Yeah.
That was the crucial part. It changed, I guess. I don't think I play more. Played a bit less, probably played less practice games, but more focused.
So in that regard, a little bit more efficient,
exactly.
You could say. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Well, actually, I don't play. Like I spend same or more amount of time, but the amount of time is spread out to reviewing and analyzing and stuff like that.
Okay. Lewis, how would you say, how important is keeping the balance between preparing in terms of Age of Empires, playing the games, preparing for the maps, the tournament settings, and then on the other side, having let's say structured, disciplined, healthy lifestyle?
You can narrow the question down a bit.
Okay, how do you keep the balance between playing Age of Empires enough and keeping a good, healthy lifestyle to have a fresh head?
Well, I guess just if you feel like you need to take a break, right? Like, I think one of the worst things I did was I kind of forced myself to play every single day. I would come on stream every single day, then practice every single day. Yep. Where it's like, I feel like you need to take breaks, otherwise you kind of just overdo it sometimes, right? But I think I'm not sure really. You kind of just do it, right? You don't really think about it. It's just
Well, you just know when something goes wrong, then you need to change it, right? And then you change it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But can you guys relate in that regard that I have that sometimes, especially in the past, where I played so much because I was so obsessed with it, and I went into a little bit of a burnout for the game because I was so disciplined and so committed to that. Can you relate to that?
It happened a bit after the 1 month of travel. That's why I took a few days, like the last week, I think I played in total 10 games.
Yeah.
Just 1-2 tournaments finished, and besides that, I didn't play anything because that was too much, like boot camp, traveling, 15 hours flight there, 8-hour session at the boot camp there, 5 hours building up at Barcelona, playing there again. Like that was a bit too much. So, but well, that's unchangeable, right? You can only take a break after, and then.
Yeah. It's also a very, very special occasion to have it like that as well, right? Having so many things happening consecutively in such a short time, that really brings a toll onto you as a player, for sure. Is there anyone specifically in the scene who you know has a very good training routine which you would like to copy for yourself? Or are you fully satisfied with your preparation and your routine? Lewis?
I would say I'm very satisfied with what I'm doing at the moment. It feels like it works. I'm never really... I get burnt out for the day, you know? It's if I'm playing and I start playing bad, I start getting a bit, pissed off. I'm like, why am I playing like this? And I just stop playing. I don't really have like a long-term, like 2, 3, 1 week burnout. So I think just what I'm doing now is working. So why change it? Or,
Yeah.
How does it work? Which results did you have, Lewis?
Sun Disaster, I beat you. Like a few things. The Onimaru, what was it? The weekly cup thing as well. The Arabi one.
Ooh.
I forget about that. No.
Did you beat Andy there?
Oh, of course I did.
Of course. Wasn't that a 3-2? And it was super close.
I mean,
after you said you win 90% of the games against me, it was a 3-2, and the decider was like, could have gone either way. For me personally, well, you don't know the training routine especially, but I think Leary should be extremely efficient.
Yeah.
So I think I already improved in that regard, but there is always level to increase, right?
Yeah.
And well, the motivation of ACCM probably, or even Lewis, like just practicing every day. That's the two things I would probably like to get more, but I'm already like my latest results are very good, so I'm happy, and I try to stay where I am.
How important is it for you guys to have a specific routine before tournament games? Like some people have a very structured routine. Some people are like YOLO. How is it for you, Lewis?
I take a shower. That's it.
Okay, a cold
I want
one
to
or
be clean.
just a
I want to be
normal
clean when I play. I don't like coming home and I always like to shower before I play a tournament.
But you always do that before every tournament?
Pretty much, yeah.
Crazy.
A normal one or a cold one?
Cold one, of course.
Really?
Because I used to do that as well, and it wakes me up. It was one of the best things. It was one of
like
the best
coffee,
things.
Right?
I cannot relate it. I don't drink coffee, but it was just insane. The cold showers. Yeah. So cold shower for you is like the only thing you do at least before tournament games.
Well, it's just that's the only thing I can really. I don't really do any type of crazy shit. It's just cold shower,
yoga,
draft, and straight into it, right? It's
okay. So very chill in that regard. What about you, Andy? Do you have a very structured thing? Full YOLO. Okay. Yeah.
I think you saw that at Barcelona as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no one of us showed any routine there, but I was just the only thing I need is like being in a heated room. Like that's the only thing that I'm happy.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
And not too noisy.
Lewis, you would have enjoyed Barcelona a lot. It was like 12 degrees in the room we played.
It was insane.
The first
I was there with the jacket.
I can't play when I'm too hot. I hate it so much.
Sweaty hands then, I guess?
It's and it's just I just don't feel comfortable when I'm too relaxed, the cold keeps you on edge.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
So what's yours, Jordy? You have a walk before the tournament games.
I used to be very strict in that regard. So doing sports at least, like having a good exercise, and then before that maybe a little bit of a run, and then cold shower, and not eating 5 hours before the tournament game.
5 hours?
5 hours?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I love to eat.
I love to eat, yeah, but I was. It really helped me. I felt like to have my brain functioning in the proper way. And in general, I think it's a very interesting topic, because I know from other sports, for example, tennis, there are players who have a very strict routine, like Nadal. He was like a robot. And then you have other players who just like you, Andy, YOLO, or you.
I have two guys in my football club as well. They are always like making the hair right before the match, right? They are spraying and making whatever.
Yeah.
Lewis, what happened against MBL, by the way, in the show match for King of the Desert?
Oh, that one. I was playing so bad. Like, if this was like a normal day, I would have just not even played it. Like, I'd just gone offline. I don't know.
What was the result?
1-4. 4-1 to MBL.
But should have been 4-0.
I think
big time.
No, I think the first game I should have won. The second game I fumbled. And then the last 2 games, I picked like Dravidians or something. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I on Dravidians?
On Arabia.
Yeah, because this current version of Arabia, it's very open, right? It's very cav based, very map control based. And the Civ that I had just like currently Arabia, Dravidians are not too bad, honestly. But on this version of Arabia, KOTD, they're just playable.
Yeah.
Depending on the map, of course. But
yeah. Well, interesting. You against MBL should be an amazing set as well. MBL is so tricky to play. It's insane. He has a playstyle which is not definable, it feels like. But
it's not efficient, right? It's just weird.
But he makes it work completely. Yeah. He just throws you off. All right. Thanks for your input, guys. This is the last topic we talked about in terms of agenda, and now we will move on to the Q&A session, which we will have now. Reading out a few questions here. So the first one is, if a major organization joins AOE2, do you think other organizations will follow, or would it be a one-off case like we have seen before? Andy, what do you think?
That was one thing I wanted to add earlier, but it's good that the question comes up now.
Yeah,
I think it depends heavily on how the social media of that organization works. For example, Gamer Legion split it up to have an own Twitter account and own Instagram account and all that stuff. I think then it's less likely that other teams jump on it. But if they do it on their main channel, then it will attract more people, right? And then more organizations will catch up as well. If they post like, AOE tournament, 100K on their, I don't know, channel with 500K followers, where there might be also other organizations and all that stuff, then might be more interesting than having it on a channel where you have 2,000 followers, which are only in AOE based. Only based in AOE.
Yeah, absolutely. So in that regard, I also agree, Andy. If the social media will be completely without divided channels, then it would be so much better. Lewis, next question for you. When will Onimari's training start for Red Bull? What do you think?
When will Onimari's training start for Red Bull, you said?
When does the training start for Red Bull for Onimari?
I would say right after KOTD, right? But it's hard to train because it's all on the ladder, right? So you say to yourself, okay, I can practice, or I can just go queue some ladder games. But I think it'd be definitely beneficial to practice. So I'd say
are the maps announced on the day when the ladder starts, or will they be announced like?
They're announced already.
Are they already announced?
The maps the maps. Well, they are announced as a picture, right? But you don't see them. You don't know the map scripts. I don't think there is a mod for it yet, or the maps are released.
I don't think so as well. They would have posted that, right?
All I know is there's like a screenshot of the map and the description and the name.
Yeah, but the screenshot, like you don't know anything, right? You don't know how
it is announced though, right? The map is announced. It's not.
Yeah, but you can't play it, or you can't watch it.
Yeah, but it's announced. Like we know what the maps are, right? So.
I guess as soon as we get the maps in the as soon as we get the maps in the map pack, then we'll start practicing.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Andy, next question for you. How do you manage playing football when most tournament sets are played on the weekend?
Tricky. Nah, weekend I only have one set usually. If there are big tournaments, right, you only have one set a weekend. But then, well, I'm trying to schedule around it. If it's not possible, then I'm mostly asking if I can play recorded games or can have the other time slots. If it's not possible, well, I think there has been one time where I think it was Warlords, where I played, or was it Warlords? I played one round, then I left for football, and when I came home, I drafted already in the car, and I started playing right away when I got home again.
That's very tight.
That was very tight. And my opponent, like, it was nice. I think it was Dark that allowed me to wait like 1 or 2 hours. Well, I was there left for 2.5 hours, and he agreed to wait those 2 hours, and then we played right after.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if that's the case, that's ideal, but it's not always happening.
It's sometimes very, very tricky, especially when the admins are strict and they want us to play exactly at 15 GMT, and my match is like, oh, nice, it's exactly at 15 GMT as well. Then I'm like, whew,
that's hard. Lewis, how far do you think you can go in King of the Desert?
I wouldn't say there's a limit, right? I could go in the round of 64, I could get to the final. It's Arabia, right? So I think it's too hard to say, but I don't think there's any. I think Arabia is definitely the closest map by far.
Yes.
Amongst like the top 50. So I think we can see a lot of upsets. So
anything can happen, right?
Yeah. So it's hard to say exactly, right?
I guess there will only be best of 5, I hope.
Yeah, it's best of 5. But it's still, right? You mess up one game, you get a civ loss the next game, and it's like you're 0-2 down, right? So
exactly. Can go very, very quickly. Andy, do you think there is anyone going to be challenging Harris Rain in next year?
Neko has some nice questions there, or did you come up with those?
No, these are questions from the chat. So thanks, guys, for the interaction there.
What was the question?
Do you think anyone is going to challenge Harris Rain in 2026?
26? I think he won't win the King of the Desert. No, I don't think he will win Thalassocracy already. I mean, that's not an S tier tournament. I could see him losing King of the Desert as well. I think MBL will kick him out in King of the Desert. That's my prediction. MBL or hard. MBL or hard. One of those two will kick out him.
Okay.
That's like the
Lewis, what do you think? You had a strong reaction.
Thalassocracy, he will lose to Winchester.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. But yeah, his consistency is just unmatched so far, I would say. All right, Lewis, are there any changes you're expecting to see in Age of Empires 2? I mean, is there something you really want devs to improve in the game?
Got a list somewhere.
Just we only have 2 minutes, so just one answer, please.
I want them to go back to the old Arabia. What they've done to current day Arabia on the ladder is disgusting. The map is horrible to play. Like
you don't like hills? You don't like hills?
It's not even a hill, it's a mountain. Like it's a huge mountain. I think they should
Mount Everest. Yeah.
Like what it feels like is they fix things that aren't broken. Like they changed the Arabian map and there's nothing wrong with the Arabian map.
Yeah, it feels
like it's like you have a car, the tire's falling off, but instead you're like washing the windows, you know? It's I think we need to focus on things that are actually broken. And also I know a lot of people were talking about this recently, the stand ground patrol, not a bug, but I think that needs to be dealt with also.
Hopefully, yeah. Because that is not too nice to watch as well.
No, it's just disgusting to watch, right? You're watching Thalassocracy, Hulk versus Hulk. Some guy has 30 Hulks, patrols them forward on sand ground, and it's just
demolishing everything.
It just looks so stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I would like to conclude this beautiful episode with you. Andy, Lewis, thank you so much for joining. And I'm pretty sure you're welcome. And I'm pretty sure we will hear from each other very soon again with hopefully very hot topics again in the upcoming weeks. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you
And
later.
also,
Oh.
thank everyone watching, and hope you
Follow,
enjoyed.
like, subscribe.
Exactly. And
comment.
yeah, next one should be in 2 weeks again, right? The next podcast. So
or maybe in 1 week if we have the QTD brackets already. We'll see.
True. Yeah. We will keep you guys posted there. Looking forward. Okay, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.